Hey, this is David again with Animal Cartoons, and today I want to show you how to model some inanimate objects, um, like a broom or a cup. I'm going to make a tea set and a little table for Max when he's sitting out on his deck. So first I'll show you how to make a broom. So broom, pretty simple. It's just there's so many different ways to make something. You can start with geometry, or you can draw it out in 2 dimensions and then extrude it into a 3rd dimension using lines. And I think what I'm gonna do is just create a tube. If I've got this right, I think the tube's the right one, right? It might be another. There's extended, there's more objects here. We want kind of like an oil tank, I think is what it is. Yeah, just like that. And so that would make a good broom handle. So let's convert this to a polygonal object so that we can come in here and move around the vertices. Just make that bigger. So here's our broomstick. Alright, and then we'll just create a standard box. Doesn't need to be anything special for the top of the broom. Throw that on there, just like that. Now you can right click on these XYZ coordinates to center your object so you know everything's good to go. And now what we want is a bunch of bristles on here. So we convert this box to editable poly, grab the face here, and then we can add a hair and fur modifier. And we gotta redo that. In the hair and fur modifier, you grab this face and you update the selection, and you just have it there on that one face. And then we style the hair. And go to scale and scale that out. So we have a nice broom. And then translate it up. Okay. So there's our broom. That aside, let's save this. Alright, now we'll make show you another technique to make a teacup. We just go into splines here and we create a line, and what we're going to do is just imagine the edge of the cup. What's the edge of the cup going to look like? Well, it'll probably have a saucer kind of like this. I'm trying to imagine, yeah, like that. And then it comes up, and then it comes, let's just look at a picture on Google. Yes. Okay. Oh, well, that messed that up. So click, go there. Oops. Like that. And then this will come out like this. And then the top, you want it to be really narrow like that, and then bring it back in. Up there. And that should do it. Alright. And then with this object here, we apply a modifier called, I haven't used it in a while, loft, is it loft? Lathe. Alright, so now it does that, but you can change these. So I think it's, oh, okay, it's doing that because the axis, you gotta move the axis. There you go. And now you've got what it's supposed to look like. So you see what it did was it took the two-dimensional object that we drew and it spun it around in a circle and created a 3D object for us. And then we can put edit poly on here, and then we can come in here and actually move these around. Make sure you deselect all that. Move this down. Bring them out. Oh, what just happened? Let's bring it out first. And then the best thing to do is grab, okay, we've got a problem here. So I'm just going to take out the whole thing. There, we don't need the top anyway, right? Yeah. And then we can put a shell modifier on it to give it some thickness. And then we could even put a turbo smooth on it. And give it a couple more iterations. We've got a nice shiny little teacup. And we've got a broom. Completely out of proportion. And so that's my little mini video on how to make a broom and a teacup. Oh, and if you want to create a teapot, done.